And looks like we're off. Good luck to both players. And unfortunately, Esmo gets hit on the Koopa when he's trying to get the bounce up to the cloud. So he's going to pick up another power up in 1-2. He could also opt to go for the both power ups in the fortress. So we'll see how he decides to approach that. Looks like we've got the stream synced up now. And Esmo is, getting a little close to the Goomba there. So Esmo's going to pick up his mushroom on this level. Onto the fortress for Buster B. Let's see if he can get the quick leaf here. And it looks like he's got it. Nice job by Buster. And let's see if Esmo can do the same. And looks like he's going to get it as well. Oh, and unfortunately, Buster gets a little hung up there under the pipe and hits the Buzzy Beetle. Oh no! Oh man, that's unfortunate for Buster. So Esmo makes it through 1-5, and Buster's given a second try here. Looks like he's going to make it this time. Yeah, they take the whistles because it's quicker than going through the second room and having to do the boom boom fight. So Esmo did the Superman jump okay. We'll see if Buster B gets it here. This section's a little tricky because sometimes you can lose your P-speed when you run over that one tile gap. Sometimes it'll kill the P-speed and you have to run back and forth until you regain P-speed. And also the jump on the Koopa is not exactly trivial either. It could be pretty easy to either come up a little short or overshoot the Koopa. So on to the first airship for Esmo, and Buster B is right behind him. Esmo's picked up his fire here, and there's not a lot to really say about this airship. It's pretty straightforward. It's not typically very difficult. We'll see if Esmo goes for the fire kill. I don't anticipate that he will, but we'll see. Looks like no. Okay, on to the fight for Buster B. I didn't see the exact time that Esmo grabbed the wand, but it was right around 4 minutes, so it seems like Buster B's about 15-20 seconds behind at this point. So on the World 2 for Esmo. Looks like no issues for Esmo for 2-1. Buster B's off to a good start. Oh, and he commentator's curse. So yeah, he ran a little bit ahead of his fireballs there, and he ended up running into the Goomba. And looks like Buster B lost a little bit of speed there, but it looks like he is recovered from that. Esmo attempting to get the P-Speed in the first room, didn't quite get it until the very end. That's actually a pretty tricky room to get P-Speed very early on without doing like a delay or something like that. Let's see what Buster B does, and he almost got it. He just a little bit short on that. So since this is World 2, there's always the possibility of getting an early hammer run. That's a topic that comes up pretty frequently, and for those who watch runs of this category. And basically, what the early hammer run is, if you get the Hammer Brothers patterns that you need, you can get the hammer early, and you can break the rock and skip several levels. So, like a perfect one, you would get it before 2-3, and you could skip 2-3. The Angry Sun level 1, 2, 5, and skip all those. On to everyone's favorite level, the Angry Sun level. And Buster mistimed his jump just a little bit and takes a hit there. Esmo having to dodge the Angry Sun a little bit there toward the end of the stage, but makes it through okay. So Esmo is electing to take 2-5. Two-5 is generally considered to be the easier of the two levels between 2-4 and 2-5. Some will play the level, one of the two levels, depending on where the Hammer Bro is. And it looks like Buster B is going for 2-4. Esmo, oh, and he takes a hit there, unfortunately. Oh, and he takes another hit. The pyramid can definitely be a little tricky. And Buster B picks up the hammer, and looks like Esmo's going to pick that up now. And Esmo is scaring me a little bit there with the boomerangs. So let's see how the pyramid goes for Buster. Esmo on the airship. I would assume he'll pick up a mushroom here. So still not a lot of distance between the two players here, and it's still very early in the run. So there's a lot of things that can still happen that can swing this race one way or the other. But pretty good race so far. On to the Morton fight for Esmo. And no problems for Esmo with Morton. So he will be moving on to World 3. Looks like Buster B's got fire, so as long as he can keep that into World 3, he'll have a little bit of an advantage early on. Esmo, I would assume, will stop in either 3-1 or 3-2 and pick up the fire flower. No problems for Buster B with Morton. So let's see if Esmo decides to pick up the fire flower here. This is a safer place to pick it up. And looks like he's going to skip it for this one. I guess at the beginning of 3-2 as well is actually a relatively safe place. If he's also not trying to go for the Pete Speed strats for 3-2, which is very trolly. The hitboxes on the Cheep Cheeps are very bad on this level. So sometimes you can land right on top of the Cheep Cheeps and you'll still get hit from them for whatever reason. And Esmo dancing around there, but looks like he's in pretty good shape here. Esmo's got to watch out so he doesn't get a coin chip here, though. And looks like he's going to alter the score so that he does not get it. So you'll get coin chips on specific worlds if your coin, the number of coins you have is a multiple of 11 and the tens digit of your score is the same digit. Also, the digit that when you hit the card at the end, depending on which digit you have, it will either can alter the score. So if it's an odd number, it'll actually it will change that number, and if it's an even number, it won't change it. So he got pretty fortunate there, or he may have actually noticed there at the last second that he needed to do that. Coin chips are actually pretty costly in this game as far as time goes. So that's something you definitely don't want. But you can get coin chips in worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6. They don't appear in any of the other worlds. Looks like a good fortress for Esmo. One of the concerns with World 3 is the runaway hammer bro. There's one that can potentially run away from you. That'll run off the screen, and that's kind of an unfortunate event when that happens, because to get everything correct, because the players will use a cloud to skip 3-6 directly to 3-8. If you have the runaway hammer bro, you'll have to take a death on 3-6 to get the bridge to come back down to use that. So it looks like for Buster B, the hammer bro ran away from him. Now, he may come back, he may not. We'll just have to see. And he hasn't come back yet. So there's one more shot for the hammer bro to come back before or right after this level. Yeah, that was a nice fire grab. Absolutely. So no problems for Esmo for 3-8. The hammer bro did not come back, so unfortunately Buster's going to have to take a death in 3-6 to get the bridge to come back down. So now he can use his cloud and go to 3-8. And this is really one of the levels that you have to be careful. a death on this will force you to play 3-6 before you can play 3-8 again. And of course, 3-6 is an auto scroller, so that is a very costly death if that happens. But looks like Buster B makes it through just fine. And on to the airship for Esmo. Ooh, Buster got really close to that Koopa. So now we'll go on to the airship for Buster, and I will actually try to pay attention to the timer and see what the time difference between the two players are. And Esmo going for the fire kill on Wendy, and looks like he gets it. Nice job. For Buster, there is no fire flower on this airship, so he won't be able to do the fire kill here. So if you're not doing the fire kill, the best way to approach Wendy is to do it as quickly as possible. And if you get the timing down correctly, you can land on Wendy. And she's always going to throw the first ring, but if you can time the jumps on her correctly, you can actually hit her each time without her releasing any more of the rings, which makes this fight considerably easier when you don't have multiple rings floating around that you have to try to avoid. So there's one. We'll see if he gets that. And he's going to wait. Ooh, real close to that ring. And looks like he's taking care of Wendy. On to World 4. See if Esmo, how he does going into World 4. Pretty nice 4-1 for Esmo. I'm sorry, 4-2. I said 4-1, I believe. So here's one of the fun levels. This level, when done well, is actually a very impressive level to watch, and we'll see if Esmo gets it here. This level's a lot of fun to pull off. And oh, and he got just a little bit short on that jump, but good execution up to that point. And Buster having a little bit of trouble here with the Koopa here about halfway through the level. So Esmo is going to fight his first Hammer Bro on World 4, and it is a star. So I would probably assume that Esmo is going to fight the other two Hammer Brothers on World 4. I could be wrong though, but I figured that'll probably be the case. There's several different strategies on which sets of Hammer Brothers that you play. Some players will play all the ones in World 4, and then sometimes they will put the ones in World 4 to sleep, and then do the ones in World 5. So it's pretty much a kind of a strategic play on what players will do as far as which ones they put to sleep. So Buster B gets the Cloud for his first Hammer Bro. So we'll see how Buster B does with 4-3. Oh, and he jumped a little too high. I think it looked like Buster got a little, wasn't confident with that jump and he backed off. He had it though. It looked like to me, but this level can really rattle you if you mess it up once. And Buster gonna make it through this time. I guess one little side note with the early hammer runs is if you get the early hammer, then you have to play the first fortress in World 4. But I just want to throw that little tidbit in there of where you have to make up for the early hammer just a little bit. Buster's gonna make it through without getting hit on 4-4, which that's not exactly a trivial level either. Like it 2 can definitely snipe you, and it usually happens toward the end of the level, or that's the way that it seems anyway. So Esmo has started the World 4 airship. This one is extremely slow and extremely long. It takes about, this whole airship takes around 2 minutes. And there's not really a whole lot that goes on here, so yeah, not a ton to say about that the airship. So, and Buster B didn't go for the star. You will see a lot of players pick up the star on 4-6 to have a safety, to make it a little easier to get through the second half of the level. And last hammer bro for Buster B, and it's the P-wing. Nice fortress for Buster. Esmo's done with Iggy, so he will be moving on to World 5 with Fire. Meanwhile, Buster B is going through the monotony of the World 4 airship. Oh, 5-1 for Esmo. Looks like he's trying to shoot everything out of his way, trying not to get hit by the nippers, playing it a little safe. Nice job by Esmo doing the jumping on the music block there to do it a slightly quicker way than just falling straight down. The thing you got to be careful about that is if you miss, you'll end up falling all the way to the bottom. You have to play the bottom section, which loses quite a bit of time, and it's also extremely difficult to make it through there quickly. And Buster waiting on the cans to stop shooting the flames, and let's see how the Iggy fight goes here. No problem. Iggy is actually another one of those instances of where the hitboxes can be really weird on this game, much like the cheap shoots in 3-2. Sometimes you can land straight on his head and you'll still take a hit. But fortunately, that didn't happen to either player. And Esmo is fighting at least the first Hammer Brother. I don't know if he's picking up an extra power-up. I think he played all the Hammer Brothers in World 4. So maybe Esmo is just stocking up on power-ups for a bit. So onto the tower. Esmo, let's see how he does through that. Nice, good room 1. And good room 2. Esmo finishing up the tower. 5-4. This level can be kind of a pain to deal with. The waterfalls create some lag in this level, and sometimes it can lag a little bit and eat your inputs, and you'll sometimes see players die there because of the lag, and they're not expecting it. But no problem for Esmo for 5-4. And unfortunately, Buster takes a hit to one of the thwomps. So he'll probably have to wait a few levels before he gets his fire flower back. Good 5-5 for Esmo. And looks like Buster is going to play at least one of these Hammer Bros as well. And that one's the P-Wing. We'll see. We'll see if he goes for the other one, which is a star. And no, he's going to skip that one. Okay. And getting a little tricky there for Buster, and he decides not to pick up the leaf. And he's going to wait here so he doesn't take a hit. Good fortress for Esmo. Meanwhile, Buster B is finishing up the tower. Ooh, Esmo having oh no, and he takes a hit. Having a little bit of trouble there at the end of 5-8, but he makes it through. Makes it through. He's still got. He's still Big Mario, so he can pick up his fire flower back in the air fort or the airship. And I don't remember if Esmo picked up the music box on World 2. He may have. I don't remember for sure, but he has opted not to play that Hammer Bro. So hopefully picked up the one in World 2. Otherwise, he's probably going to be one short. Actually, no, I take that back because he didn't put any of the Hammer Bros to sleep. So he actually should be good on that. Yeah, after I thought about it for a second, I realized that he didn't use that. So, no, and that should be the case for both players, actually. Oh, and Buster missed the jump there, and now he's going to have to fight the Hammer Bro here, which has the music box, and it's going to be an extra for him. So that's a little unfortunate. So no problems with Roy for Esmo, so he'll be moving on to World 6. Buster's going to pick up a power-up here. Weigh out a few of the Potoboos. Looks like he's going to be okay this time around. So with this category, having that hammer there allows you to skip the first few levels. So the first level you play on World 6 is actually the first fortress. And Buster looks like he's going to make it without a hit. That level can be pretty tricky if you don't get through it with P-Speed. Looks like Esmo's going to try for the star kill here on Boom Boom. If he doesn't get hung up here, he should be able to just run right into him like that. Okay, well, meanwhile, Buster B is going through the World 5 airship. Esmo's going into 6-5. This is one of the levels you actually have to have a tail to complete the level. And is he going to get the despawn? He's not going for that. Okay. So this is the normal strat. You pick up the shell and you kick it and you kill the nippers and go through that. If you actually do the correct setup, you can actually despawn one of those nippers and you don't have to go to the bottom and pick up the shell and fly back up with it. No problems for Roy with Buster B. And this item for Esmo is the cloud. Let's see if he's going to pick up the star as well. And looks like he's going to skip it. You can fly through a pretty good portion of this level if you do it correctly, and that's what Esmo, he made it through the first part, but he got a little hung up on the second section, so he's going to regain his P-speed, and he's not going to fly under the third section. Some players will go under the third section, and some don't. I think it's technically a little bit faster if you don't for the third section, but there's not a huge time difference between the two strats on that. And that should be dancing around with the Hammer Bros over here. So on to 6F1 for Buster B. The thing I didn't go over on this last one is you need 2 power-ups and you can actually damage boost through this spike section. You can't do that whole section if you only have 1 power-up. You don't have enough invincibility to make it through all of that. But Buster B makes it through that part with no problem. Let's see if he gets the star kill as well. Looks like he should have it. And he's got it. Nice job. 6-9, Esmo is going to P-wing over that. You can actually do a wall jump up against that ice wall to complete the level as well. But typically you don't see that except for the really upper tier players. And Buster B's got to be careful with okay. Yeah, when you start touching those the spinning bars, you never know exactly what's going to happen when you touch one of those. So, so Buster got fortunate there that it didn't throw him into the pit. On to 6-5 for Buster B. Let's see how well he does with this. It's a little slow to. Oh no! He can just pick up another leaf here, and he's going to lose a bit of time to that. But as long as he takes care of the that guy there, and it looks like he's got it okay here. Oh no! And he kicked he killed the Koopa shell. Maybe I should stop talking and stop doing this whole commentator's curse thing. So I think he's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do here, because I think all the Koopas are dead here, so he needs to go into a pipe and reset them. And that's what he's going to do. I think there's just that one Koopa, I believe. Oh no, and he takes another hit. Six 5 can be a really awful level if you don't get it like the first try. It can be kind of nerve-wracking and difficult to make it through. I've had some very bad experiences with this level. And I feel like most runners can tell you nightmare stories of this level. This level is not fun. In my opinion, I absolutely despise this level. Esmo taking care of Lemmy here, and it looks like no problem there. Okay, so Buster should be good this time. So since it's about time for Esmo to start 7-1, where he's going to attempt to clip through the wall to skip 7-1, how many tries do you think it's going to take him? And meanwhile, Buster B is picking up the hammer suit, presumably to kill Bowser with it. Okay, here we go for Esmo. Esmo not having the best of luck here. There we go. So basically clipping through that wall, I mean, part of it's execution based, but another factor of it is it's based on subpixels as well. So just because you jump in the right spot doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make it through. But Esmo finally makes it through, And Esmo having a little trouble here getting started on 7-2. So basically the strat here is to get P-Speed at the very beginning of the level and jump over the huge gap here with P-Speed. But if you don't manage to get it there, then there's not really another place for you to pick up P-Speed, so Esmo's just going to use the music box and do it the, I guess what you call the traditional way. 13 is what I counted, yes, for that. But even that many attempts, it's still quicker to clip through the wall than it is to actually play the level, in most cases. On to 6F3 for Buster. And takes the damage boost there. That's probably intentional. And gets a little hung up there around the item block. And okay, makes it through the first room. Esmo is on 7-3. This level can be fun. If you can manage to do it with P-Speed, it's maybe not so much fun if you don't. There's also some stars in the level that you can use to go through that as well. You don't see that strat a whole lot. But looks like Esmo made it through okay with that. Yeah, that is also true. You can damage boost to get the P-Speed that you want. And sometimes some players may not think of that on the spot, and then they may also want to keep their power-ups as well. Nice fortress for Esmo, and he should P-wing 7-6. 7-6 like 7-1 is if you need to, you can actually clip through the level like you did in 7-1 if you're short of P-wing. But Esmo does have a P-wing, so obviously he's going to do that. Okay, so let's see if Esmo's going to pick 7-8 or 7-7. So you're going to pick 7-8. Esmo having a little trouble here. He's going to back off for just a little bit. He's waiting for the favorable pattern so he can get through there. And Esmo is going to go for the hammer suit. Looks like. Oh no! And Buster takes a hit to Lemmy, so he's not going to be able to clip through 7-1 unless he has the power up that he can use. Unless he uses that hammer suit, he's probably just going to play the level. And here's another decision for Esmo. Is he going to play 7-9 or is he going to play the fortress? And he is going to play 7-9. And he's going to pick up a fire flower here. Oh, he's going to try the clips. Okay. I didn't know if Esmo had... Oh, there's one. So there's 4 clips to go this route. Did he grab an extra P-wing? He may have, actually. He may have, but he may not have thought to use it. Like if you have an extra P-wing here, you can actually use to go through this level somewhat quickly. Esmo looks like he's gonna skip the last couple of clips and just go through it this way. Through the intended route, anyway. And Buster getting Getting dangerously close to the Koopa up above. Onto the World 7 airship for Esmo. And let's see what Buster B is going to do. He's going to try the Star Strat. Got the P-Speed, and he's not going to make it. Oh, he did. Oh, wow, I thought he was going to be a little short. But unfortunately, he loses P-Speed there, so he's going to have to go through the little underwater section and use the music box. I thought he was going to run out of invincibility frames since he slowed down there at the beginning. Okay, he uses that to P-wing the World 8 airship. Okay, fair enough. And it looks like Buster's going to use the Star Strats here, and he didn't get there in time to pick up another star, so he's going to have to go the rest of the level just small. And oh, Buster, you're killing me here. all these moves that Buster's pulling off. Buster's just pulling all the moves on getting around some of these enemies. Matrix indeed. Esmo's done with the World 7 airship. Looks like he had no issues. And Buster taking care of Boom Boom here. Figured I'd switch to Esmo's audio since he's ahead, since I'm supposed to do it that way. But of course, it sounds a little distorted as well. So if that sounds distorted to you all, I may switch it back. Buster trying to make it through the end of 7-8 here, which is not exactly easy here. Oh, actually, okay, so this is the, so basically what we're doing here is everyone in the chat can guess how many hands total between both players that they will get in World 8. So basically you have the time from now to make your guess until I'll stop the voting when Esmo gets into the screen of where the hands are. And just, once again, keep in mind that this is the total number of hands between both players. And if they die and have to replay a hand level, that would also count. Buster B onto the World 7 airship. Esmo's dealing with the Navy level here. Yeah, Esmo's had a pretty solid run here so far. I don't know exactly where he is in relation to his PB up at this point, but I feel like he's played pretty well for this match. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the voting here. And Esmo didn't make it under there, so he had to go back around, or decide to go around. Okay, so one hand for Esmo. Esmo is going to P-wing the airship here. Yeah, the PB on the splits is 57.50. Okay, the what I was showing on the leaderboard is he had a 58.55, so he may have a PB that hasn't been verified yet. I'm actually a mod for the game, but I haven't looked at the queue today, so he may have uploaded one that hasn't been approved yet. Okay, done with the Air Fortress for Esmo. On to 8-1, which is one of the most difficult levels to pull off quickly in the game. So we'll see how well he does with this. I don't know how aggressively he plays this level. And okay, so it didn't look like he played it very aggressively to try to get P-speed through it. It's actually a very difficult level to get that down. So I don't really blame him for not going for that. Esmo's going to use his one acquired power-up for this level. And let's see what he's going to do with that. He may fly over the second set of piranha plants, and I think that's what he's going to do here. Playing it safe for 8-2. This level isn't exactly easy either. So Esmo not trying anything crazy, just sticking with what he's comfortable with, it looks like. Yeah, 8-1 is definitely tricky, pretty much for all players of this game. If you're trying to go for PvP strats, well, I mean, even on the casual level, 8-1 is a difficult level. Nice first cycle for Esmo. If you do that section quick enough, you can do that in one cycle, as Esmo did. If you get slowed down just a little too much, you'll have to hit the P switch and wait for the music to play again before you can do the boom boom fight. And Buster B getting a little close to the cannonballs there, but he manages to pick up a mushroom. And on to the last auto scroller of the game for Esmo. And it looks like Esmo is using the what's called the patented Oglib Super Tank Strat. I believe I said that correctly. So basically what it is, especially if you have fire on this level, you just stay to the very right of the screen, shoot anything that's in front of you, and if it looks like you need to jump, just jump. That's by far the easiest way to play this level. Esmo doing a great job showing off the strat. You're right. I did forget the TM. I apologize. I will try to correct that next time. Or, I mean, I guess if I repeat it, when Buster B gets to that point, maybe I'll try to include that. All Glib's lawyers. Okay, on to Bowser's Castle for Esmo. He's having a good run here. So if everything goes well, he can have something in the 57 range. And Esmo not going for the clip. So 2 hands, well, let's see, assuming that Buster B makes it through with no issues, it's going to be 2 total hands. So once he completes that level, I will do the results. Okay, let's see the Bowser fight here. Looking good. Nice Bowser kill by Esmo. But very solid run by Esmo. Congratulations to Esmo. And we will see if Esmo is interested in coming in for post-race commentary, or interview, excuse me. Did that work for the hands thing? So let's see how Buster B gets through 8-1 here. So he's going to wait it out a bit. And Buster B is going to make it through. And Buster B taking the going through the sand strat. Let's see if Esmo is wanting to come in for an interview. Get into the right channel here. I don't see him yet, so we'll see if he shows up here in a few moments. And unfortunately, Buster taking a hit here and losing his power up. So we'll see if he goes. Oh, when he takes another hit, Buster. Oh no. GG, Esmo. Did you want to come in for an interview? Yeah, just you should have an invite to join the server that this is on. If not, I think I can send you one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is the first time that I've had to do it this way since the SMB1 tournament. I totally forgot about that.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, thoughts on your race?
It was a race. It was okay. Like, I don't know. I decided to. I had a run this week that I clouded over 7-9. That was my big thing. That was, I think I changed from my PB. Is I had a run where I clouded over 7-9 and had a death earlier this week in practice in the last fort of World 7. And so that was the biggest time loss right there, was going for the clips. I've actually practiced the clips and gotten okay at them, but not so much there. But other than that, I'm happy with it. I think that was deathless.
I don't remember seeing you with any deaths on that, so I thought it was a solid run.
Slow but deathless. I'll take it. Not slow, but slower than PB. But yeah, thanks. I'm pretty happy with it. I got a couple of gold splits, and you always love to at least get gold splits in a race, at the very least.
Absolutely. So we have Buster B getting ready to finish up here. Looks like he is going to be finding Boom Boom, getting ready to go into the castle. He's got the hammer suit, so...
I was wondering.
Yeah, he picked up the hammer suit, so I believe we should see him attempt to do the hammer kill on Bowser. And you are, let's see, trying to see who you're going to play next. Actually, I will take a look at that after Buster B finishes here.
Sure.
You had some unfortunate luck on 7-1 as well. That one didn't go so well for
7-1 and then 7-2 not getting the P speed, and after that, after 7-2 went the way it did and 7-1 went the way it did, I was like, well, I'd rather play a safe level in 7-9 and try for the clips than potentially, have some sort of mistake in 7F2 and lose more time. So
yeah,
and I was watching the restream, so I was like, okay, I don't mind going for clips. It's not dangerous. It's not like you can die going for clips. So kind of a little bit of a safety. I wish it had gone better to... I think I could have been still on green pace somehow if I had just not failed those clips so many times in 7-9.
Yeah. But Buster is finished with a 103.48 according to SRL. So GG to Buster, and let me mark him done and see if he wants to come in for an interview as well.
Well, is his PB 103 something?
On the leaderboards, his PB is 103.56. So
if that live split time's correct, then
that's a PB. It shows that it's in the red, so I don't know if he managed to get another PB, but we'll see if he joins us here in just a second.
He might have gotten another PB. I noticed, I checked over the weekend on the leaderboards, and I saw his PB was at like, I don't know if it was at 107 or 110 or something like that. And then I looked again last night and saw his PB had jumped to 103 something as of yesterday, and I was like, oh wow, he's making some strides. So I was a little bit nervous going into this. So it looks like he's saying in SRL it is a PB.
Yeah, congrats on Buster for the PB. Let's see. Let's take a look at the bracket here and see where everyone is headed. if that can be determined at this point. Okay, so Buster, that's since this is a losers bracket match, he that would be unfortunately his last match. You will be going on to play Kerbo.
Yeah, I was kind of, I didn't want to look ahead in brackets because I don't want to take any race for granted, but I did. I know Kerbo was talking last week in my chat, was saying, you know, you might be playing me, and I was like, oh yeah, and I looked up and, you know, saw his name there. So I believe he's been making some recent improvements too. So I'll definitely, I feel like I have to stay on it and stay fresh.
Yeah. Kerbo says to bring it on. So.
All right, yeah, I'm bringing it, Kerbo.
So let's see. I guess that match will happen sometime before. Well, it says the deadline's July the 29th. Is that correct? That would be this weekend. But
well, it kind of got, because this is technically a first round losers bracket, and there's only 2 games in the first round, so it's kind of
okay.
It kind of got a little skewed, but Kerbo and I'll try to schedule this shortly, I would imagine. So hopefully we'll get it done by the deadline. We're very close to it.
So thoughts going forward for your next match on anything you want to work on, or just general thoughts?
Probably I definitely need to practice World 7 based on how the splits look right now. So just probably go back to World 7, practice a bit. Everything else was, I don't know, my World 5 was slower than PB, and I lost time there, but I also had 0 Hammer Bros in my PB, so I can't really expect that necessarily every time. Necessarily, I say, but
right.
So mostly World 7 and just getting comfortable with everything, and maybe getting more comfortable with strats that aren't me just chickening out and taking safe strats.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to rely on them for that much longer.
So yeah, it's always a little room for improvement with this game. It's not exactly the easiest game to play consistently for the better part of an hour.
Certainly not.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the schedule. I'm signed up for commentary for the next race, which is coming up later tonight at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which is Gameaholic versus Zugman. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I've signed up for commentary for that one. But that will be coming up here in a few hours it's on the main Speed Gaming channel. So for those of you who are up pretty late, you all can come back and watch that one. Won't be that late for me. Since I'm in Mountain Time. That's not super late for me.
Definitely some good races coming up in the next week. A lot of them too.
Absolutely. We've got, let's see, what do we have coming up? We have, let's see, coming up this week, we've got Cujo and Narfman, Allglib and Abuba. Let's see, Horstad's already played. I'm playing Outside Lutz this weekend. So we definitely have some pretty good races coming up going forward for this week.
Absolutely. Looking forward to those for sure.
Oh,
I don't know how you're feeling about your race, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
So I guess as far as my race is concerned, Lutz is known for he did have the record for Warpless there for a while. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect because I don't know how much he's been playing the game recently. So it'll be interesting if he's playing at the level that he was several years ago when he was pretty active with it. I've really got my work cut out for me. So I guess we'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun regardless.
Yeah, the whole tournament's been fun. Just glad to still be in it for at least one more week.
Guess we'll wrap it up here. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Just GG to Buster. Thanks for the race. Thanks Rupert for commentating, and thanks always to the Speed Gaming crew. Other than that, that's about it for me.
Alrighty. Well, good luck on your next race, and we will see you around.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up here. Like I said, if you want to see the next match, is going to be at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, coming up in a few hours. If you guys want to watch that, that'll be on the main Speed Gaming channel. But until then, be sure you follow the runners. But until then, have a good night, and thanks for watching.
See you guys.